This week on Channel 8 News, we'll take a look at a new business in Maryville, stimulus checks, and more. Your Channel 8 News starts right now. Thank you for tuning in to Channel 8 News. I'm Colby Holman. Celebrations took place across Maryville as St. Patty's Day occurred last Saturday. Here's more on the story. On Saturday, March 13th of this year, members all across Nottoway County flooded North Market Street in a sea of green to celebrate the 34th annual World's Shortest St. Patrick's Day Parade. The parade started at 3:17 p.m. and was led by local healthcare workers and first responders as this year's Grand Marshals to show their appreciation and to give thanks for their endless services during the COVID pandemic. To get a little bit more inside information about this event, I talked to Chris Burns, owner of Bernie's Upper Deck Sports Bar, and Mark Allen, owner of Clinton Allen Monuments, who are the masterminds behind this operation. Okay, so just for starters, love the parade. Been coming here for a couple times now. So what made you guys want to actually start doing the World's Shortest Parade here in Maryville?
Well, we were sitting around one night at the Palms, which is another bar here, and we thought, nothing goes on for St. Patty's Day in Maryville. What can we do? New York has the world's largest parade, so we thought, what should we do? Let's have the world's shortest. So that's what we did. We were the first one that thought of it, and we used to get calls from all over the world talking about the world's shortest St. Patrick's Day parade, and we'd be interviewed on the radio like 50 times usually during the day, so it's been fun.
How far is the stretch here, and how long does it normally take for the parade to go through?
This year, it's 80 feet is the parade route, and that's the end of the green stripe, or beginning to the end of that stripe. We've been reducing it by a foot a year since the beginning. And I don't know, it takes, the whole parade usually takes, 20 minutes?
About 20 minutes. Some years it's going to get so short, the parade's going to have to just line up, and the contestant or the people watching are going to have to move back and forth.
Were you guys surprised by the turnout today at all?
We thought it would be a good turnout, but we were worried about the rain. But with the conditions and the cold weather, we're pleased. We're very pleased.
Usually once it comes time, people come out of the woodwork and they want to see a parade. I think this year they wanted to be out because we're over all this COVID stuff. We're ready to have fun. So.
Alrighty, thank you guys so much.
You bet.
All right,
Thank
see you next year. Happy St. Patty's Day.
Despite the brief rain shower, all patrons who showed up to this event were given the opportunity to show off their love for this Irish holiday with a lot of laughs and some well-spent quality time with family and friends, which hasn't been easy to do during this COVID pandemic. With that being said, the 34th annual World's Shortest St. Patrick's Day Parade here in Maryville, Missouri will go down as another one for the history books. For stories that matter to you, this has been Colby Holman with KNWT Channel 8 News. A new business has opened up in Maryville with the aim of providing nutritious drinks to customers. Callista Schaefer has more.
Northwest Nutrition is a new business that just opened up in Maryville, Missouri. Located on South Main and West First Street, this business is aimed to accommodate a healthy lifestyle. To understand more about Northwest Nutrition, I sat down with an employee to gain more insight.
So to give you a rundown, our shakes are a healthy meal replacement. They're about 200 calories with 25 grams of protein. Then we have 3 levels of a tea, a level 1, 2, and 3. A level 1 is 75 milligrams of caffeine, that's the basis. And a level 2 and a 3 have 85 plus 75 milligrams of caffeine. And the difference between a 2 and a 3 is that there are more flavors to a 3 than a 2.
This is Callista Schaefer reporting for Channel 8 News.
Thanks, Callista. Daylight savings took place last Sunday on March 14th. Because of this, clocks were set an hour earlier to make the sunset occur later in the evening. This may have caused some to lose an hour of sleep if they were waking up Sunday morning. Some senators are pushing legislation to make it where daylight savings time is year-round. They call this bill the Sunshine Protection Act of 2021, and there are many reasons to push for this. In a 2019 poll, 70% of Americans said that they would rather not have to change their clocks at all throughout the year. Having the daylight savings time year-round would reduce the effects of seasonal depression as it would be sunnier out longer in the afternoon. This also encourages people to get outside more, which in turn increases the amount of exercise done. There are many countries who keep this time year-round. Also, America would not be the first. Up next, stimulus checks have been approved for a third time. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Colby Holman. The third set of stimulus checks has been approved to be sent throughout America. The first check sent out was $1,200 back on March 27th of 2020. The third check will consist of $1,400. The purpose in sending these out is to help families and workers affected by the pandemic. It is also to encourage spending, which in turn helps the economy. Dependents over 17 have yet again been left out. This includes many college students who live on their own. Here is how some Northwest students felt about this issue.
I think that it's a little unfair because how it looks is that they're picking and choosing who gets the stimulus check and who doesn't. So, and some students really living the broke college kid life. So some students really depend on some extra type of cash flow to get them through the semesters.
Struggling college students that they work like almost full-time jobs just to be able to go to college and live. So it would have definitely been beneficial for them.
If you are claiming yourself as an independent for the first time this year, there is a way to receive past stimulus checks that you were not given. While this may seem tempting to students, it may, however, affect the amount of money they receive for college in the future. This includes VA dependents, for example. The IRS has started to send the checks out, but those direct deposit will receive them first. Each bank processes them at a different time, so check with them on your check processing. Have you ever shared your Netflix password with someone else? That may become harder in the future as the company will start cracking down on users who are not authorized to use the account. According to the company policies, only one household may share an account. Password sharing is in fact illegal to do according to the U.S. Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. Next, a Burger King tweet made on International Women's Day has caused some backlash. The tweet read, "Women belong in the kitchen," last Monday, March 8th. This was the only tweet to gain much attention out of their 3-tweet thread. They also mentioned that their new scholarship program opening up to females. It is encouraging women to pursue a culinary career to equal the ratio in the male-dominated industry. Since the incident, Burger King has apologized for their tweet as well as taken it down. Up next, students have had time to take their midterms. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Colby Holtman. Midterms have taken place on campus. Noah Stevens has more on the topic.
As students wrap up their midterms in the spring semester of 2021, it is obvious that this is no regular year of study for Bearcats in the time of this pandemic. I asked students if the process for midterms this semester gave them more struggles than a normal year or possible strengths in a year of differences.
Well, midterms were a little bit tougher, but I liked it online because, well, I'm dyslexic, so reading it made it a little bit on the computer made it a little bit easier. The whole COVID thing it's all right. It's just something we got to deal with.
I think it helped. A lot of my midterms were online, and it was a lot less stressful than having to go and get like test anxiety in the classroom. So having them online made it a lot better.
While this time that we're in has its ups and downs, especially as a college student, Bearcats still press on to complete the task at hand. As we move closer towards the end of our spring semester, I next asked students if they were glad that midterms are over, and if they're ready for the summer break that inches closer every day.
I'm super excited that midterms are over. I got to go celebrate with my friends, and I'm super excited to be done with school, get this semester over with.
Yeah, I'm glad they're over. I'm ready for the COVID semesters to be done, so I'm ready for the school year to be over and just get a fresh start next year with maybe some things back to normal.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad that we're almost done. The weather's getting nice out, so I only really want to be outside, so we're getting closer to being to summer break.
While this pandemic has caused struggles every day in the lives of communities across the world, it's nice to see some positive change here in our community at Northwest. Now that midterms are completed, students are one step closer to their long-awaited summer break. This is Noah Stevens reporting for Channel 8 News.
Thanks, Noah. The COVID-19 clinic will continue at Northwest on Monday the 15th. While not everyone is able to get one right now, in about 6 weeks all adults in the U.S. should have access to the COVID-19 vaccines. But while the Biden administration works towards these goals, some states are pushing to loosen restrictions on businesses and gatherings. Camila Burnell explains why some health experts are still warning Americans to not drop their guard just yet.
It's a race against the variants. And for the Biden administration, it means working to allow any adult who wants a vaccine to get one.
We know the more virus that replicates, the more variants will emerge. And what we really don't want to see is another surge right now as people are starting to ease restrictions.
While many medical experts do not agree on rolling back the restrictions, many states are moving forward.
Today is a day that a lot of things are going to start to change that you're going to notice.
Similar situations in Maryland, Oklahoma, and others. These measures likely motivated by the stabilization of the number of new cases and vaccine availability.
We've all been through this for a whole year, and now we can get out. Now we can travel more. Now we can see people.
About 10% of Americans are fully vaccinated. But the Biden team hopes to see an increase in that figure throughout the spring months, which may allow for safe gatherings for the 4th of July.
This is certainly not a time to put down your guard. Mask up and follow the public health standards. Together, unified, we can defeat this pandemic.
I'm Camila Burnell reporting.
On Tuesday, March 16th, in the J.W. Jones Student Union is their workshop for anxiety. You can attend either in person or via Zoom. In fact, 78% of Northwest students experience some level of anxiety. This can become overwhelming if not handled properly. The workshop will offer insights into healthy and unhealthy anxiety and tips and tricks for handling it so it doesn't handle you. For stories that matter to you, catch Channel 8 News every Monday through Thursday at 6:15 p.m. right here on KNWT Channel 8. From all of us here at Channel 8 News, I'm Colby Holman, and have a great night.